Hey all, so I am here again with another thoughts on video, and this video should be coming out on MLK Day, that Sunday, and so I just wanted to make this week's video about my thoughts on proclaiming your dream. So having a dream is great, and working toward that dream is amazing. And I would like to put forth the thought that proclaiming that dream and putting it out into the universe, if you will, is powerful. There's something to be said for, like I said, putting that dream out into the universe. It's being bold, you're being vulnerable, and you're adding a layer of accountability to your dream, because if other people know about it, you might be more inclined to, actually put in that work and make that dream happen. As I mentioned in one of my other thoughts on videos, your brain looks for what you tell it to look for. And if you're constantly suppressing your dream, your brain is going to also decide that it's not that important and will look, to put its energy elsewhere and towards other things. And I think that can be very dangerous. And there's just a lot, like I said, to be said for really being bold and really standing out and saying, this is what I'm standing for, period, and letting that be known. I've read a lot lately, a lot of memes and little quotes and sayings, talking about how you should never let people know your next move, and how, basically you should move in silence and shock people rather than always proclaiming what your next move is. And I would like to say that there's a piece of that I can understand, and then there's a part of it where I think that maybe proclaiming your dream might be a little bit more powerful. So the piece that I definitely understand is dreams are huge, all-encompassing things. So I am telling everyone, my goal is to be a life coach. That is what I want to do. I mean, I want to, have other jobs and careers or rather a career, but I also want to be a life coach. And I'm saying it proudly and boldly and putting it out there into the universe. And that doesn't mean that I'm telling everybody exactly every single thing I'm doing working towards being a life coach, but it means that my overall premise is out there, and this is what I want to do. I think a lot of the times people say, don't keep your next move close to your vest. When people say that, I think it's because they understand that there are people out there who don't necessarily want to see you succeed and will throw negativity at you, and basically will just do things, whether consciously or not, to kind of sabotage your dream. And to that I say, one, I would put my dream out there just so I can see who those people are, so I can just not have them in my life anymore, honestly. But two, your dream, you're never going to have 100% enrollment in whatever your dream is. There's always going to be someone or something, some obstacle, something out there that's going to stand in your way. If your dream isn't strong enough to stand up to those few people out there who don't want it to happen, if you aren't strong enough to push your dream through those obstacles, that's something else that you should think about before you solidify your dream, honestly. So for example, like I mentioned, I want to be a life coach, and I had that thought, a few times over the past few years and hadn't really said anything about it. And after I started working with my coach, I started to understand that, this is something that I can actually do. I have that ability in me, and so I'm going to declare that. I'm going to say that. I'm going to put it into the universe and see, what I can create for myself. So one of my assignments from my life coach was to just tell people that that's what you want to do, and watch to see what the universe does for you. And even though I believe in putting things into the universe, giving it to God, to me, those two things mean something very similar. I was like, let's see, what will the universe do for me? Whatever. Fine, I'll do that. And I told some people and, got some really overwhelmingly positive responses. Like, people were happy to hear that that's something that I wanted to do, and they were willing to support me. And so, I told people, they were happy for me, and things, conversation kind of went forward from there. 2 days after that, one of my really good friends, she also has a YouTube channel. I will link her down below. She's amazing. She sent me a link to this website called Udemy. I'll also link that below. Udemy, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's basically a website where you can take different courses. People will record themselves giving different lectures and different articles that supplement the course, and they just put the course on Udemy, and you can buy it from anywhere for $20 to $200. The courses kind of range in that. And this was a little bit before Thanksgiving that I put this out there, that I wanted to be a life coach. It just so happened that Udemy was having a Black Friday sale to where their courses were $10. And then $11, and then $12, all the way up to $15, almost every course on the site. And they have courses specifically about being a life coach. And so one of my friends that I told that I wanted to be a life coach sent me this link and said, hey, you might want to check this out. These courses are normally $200, and now they're $10. So, see what you're interested in. And I did. I happened to go in and I bought 3 courses. 2 of them were on life coaching, and one of them was on something else. I think database management, something else I'm interested in. And once she sent me that link, it kind of hit me. I had never heard of this website before. And I would never have known, and I wouldn't have been able to afford the courses at $200, but at $10, they were right up my alley. And so I put out my dream of being a life coach into the universe, and I got back something that I never would have even known about had I not said it to people. And so was that one link, going to make me a life coach? No, but it strengthened my resolve. It made me understand that I have people in my corner who will support me, not only in words, but in deeds. And, put me in a position to have some real applicable tools to put toward my life coaching practice. And literally none of that would have ever happened if I had not gone ahead and told people what my dream was. I spoke life to that dream, and now I'm in the process of setting that dream up. I actually have a call tonight with someone who's interested in coaching, and I never would have thought things would have moved this quickly. And it's all because I put it out there that this is what I want to do. And I want to say that part of me put this out because it's just a topic that I want to talk about. But part of me is it's very timely, because think about Martin Luther King Jr. And he's, famous for being a civil rights activist and being very, very central to the civil rights movement. But think about his speech, I Have a Dream, and how it correlates to the what he's done or what he has done otherwise. Think about if he had that dream and just not told it to anybody. What if he was like, oh, it'd be really nice if, people weren't judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. And then he just had that thought and let it go. What if he had just not proclaimed his dream? How many people would that have left uninspired? And he didn't say that on a small scale, and of course, by the time he said that speech, he had a platform to deliver the speech to. But he had worked on that, what I'm saying, for years. That was his life's purpose. Equality. He worked on his platform and he proclaimed that dream, whether it was in a I Have a Dream speech or whether it was just in the everyday conversations that he was having with people. But he proclaimed that dream and inspired so many people to work with him to make that dream happen. And has that dream been fully realized? No. in my opinion. Like there's been, don't get me wrong, there's been a lot of improvement, but we're still living in a society where people are definitely judged by the color of their skin, or by their sexuality, or by whatever it is that's not the content of their character. But we're closer to being judged by the content of our character than we were, at least in law. And so I say all that to say, think about if Martin Luther King Jr. had just never talked about his dream. How many people did he inspire to work on that dream with him? How many people did he inspire to even believe that that dream was possible? And it's all because he took a step and proclaimed his dream on a huge platform and gave it to the universe and gave it to God and said, please help me to do something with this. Bring to me the people who are going to help foster this dream and propel it and push it forward. So I just want to kind of wrap up and encourage you not to keep your dreams to yourself. Put them into the universe. Inspire other people and draw your own support. The universe will help you. Your brain will help you. Allow those things to come through for you. That is all that I have today on Proclaiming Your Dream. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know your thoughts on any of this down in the comments below. I would love to hear it, or hear them rather. And I will sign off here. I will see you all in the next video.